Hi everyone, welcome to the next session as part of the linear arrangement module. And today we're talking about arrangement of people at a startup summit talk. So this session is brought to you by me, Nilanjan Datta, a CAT, as well as a DILR Section 100 Percentiler and one of the topmost educators on the Unacademy platform for the CAT and the MBA exams segment. So what we've been doing is across a lot of sessions, we've been covering the entire linear module for free. It's available in the YouTube platform. So what you need to do is start watching from session 1 up to this session, which is probably session number 16. So all of the sessions are available on this YouTube platform. So let's get started with today's set. So today's set on linear arrangement is based on the concept of multi-parameter linear arrangement. But today's set comes with a difference. हमेशा जब हम linear arrangement की बात करते हैं, we talk about people and how you're going to arranging people. Here, also we are arranging people. We are arranging 8 ladies. But what we are doing is it has nothing to do with the names. So most times what we do is we try to arrange them about the names of the people. Also what we try to do is arrange them on the basis of uniqueness in parameters. But in this set, even that is not happening for any of these parameters. क्या बोला है set में? 8 ladies are seated in a row. Each of them works at a different startup amongst Tim, Ting, Louvre and Skolv. So 8 ladies, they're working at a startup amongst Ting, Louvre and Skolv. Which means some people are working at Ting, some are working at Louvre, some are working at Skolv. Obviously, everybody cannot be at a unique startup because there are 8 people and there are only 3 startups available. So what I need to do is identify the breakup of the 8 ladies, how many are working at Ting, how many are working at Louvre, and how many of them are working at Skolv. Similarly, there is another factor in the set that you need to take into account, and that is the designations of the ladies. Each of the ladies is either a director or a vice president at their respective startups. So again, out of the 8 of them, there's another rule that is either they are director level or they are vice president level. So again, out of the 8 of them, there are some people who are directors, some are vice presidents. So as you can see, there is no uniqueness of parameters across the 8 ladies. So these kind of linear arrangement sets are equally important where you do not have a uniqueness of parameters. Where first thing what you need to do is get a breakup of how many ladies are a director, how many ladies are a vice president, at the same time how many ladies work for each of these startups, Ting, Louvre and Skolv. Also, the other thing to keep in mind is that the designations go along with the startups. So for example, somebody could be a director at Skolv while another lady could be a vice president at Ting and so on. So you need to identify for each combinations as well which lady is there. And the biggest challenge in the set, there are no names. Usually क्या होता है, कोई भी LR set में we focus primarily on the names and then try to do a linear arrangement. But here there are no names. So what are the clues saying? The second lady from the left works at the same startup as the third lady from the right. The only lady working as the vice president at Ting is seated 4th from the left. No 2 adjacent seated ladies work at the same startup or are at the same designation. सबसे जो important clue है इस set में, that is this one. That is, जो भी adjacent बैठे हैं, they are not from the same startup or from the same designation. Which means, in case of the director, दोनों तरफ of the director, you'll be having 2 vice presidents. You cannot have somebody of the same designation adjacent to you. Similarly, if you are a vice president, adjacent to you, you'll be having 2 directors. Similar thing happens for the startups as well. If you are from Ting, you'll be having the 2 other startups, people that is Louvre and Skolv. Amongst them, you'll be having people around you. Also, it says neither of the 2 ladies seated at the ends work at Ting. And finally, they've given you one clue regarding the count. It says the number of ladies working at Ting is same as the number of ladies working at. But unfortunately, I do not know how much is that. Whether it is 0, 0, or whether it is 1, 1, or whether it is 2, 2, or whether it is 3, 3, or 4, 4. That count we do not know. But one thing we know is the count of Ting is equal to the count of Louvre, and the remaining people will be going to the third possible startup, that is Scholars. So as I've always said, first 1 minute, कोई भी DILR set का first 1 minute क्या करना चाहिए? Go through the questions and options. So what are the first questions saying? The person seated to the left of the director at Ting works for which startup? Second question, if a director is selected at random, what is the probability that she works at Scholars? Third one, what is the designation of the two people seated at the left and the rightmost ends? You need to look at the two people at the ends and identify the designations of those two people. And the final question in the set is saying, which startup have the highest number of ladies working there? So you have the names of the three startups. You also have a fourth option, that is tie-in counts. In case there are two startups with the same highest number of ladies, then the answer would be option D. So these are the four questions in the set. So if you're looking at a set for the first time, what you do is pause the video here and then take around 5-6 minutes to solve this, and then you can play around the solution. In case you've already seen the set, it's best that you right away go into the solution which I'll be discussing right now. So let us see how to solve this set. So what I said, there are 8 ladies. So the first thing you do is you put 8 positions in place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 positions that have been kept. So these 8 positions are equivalent to the 8 places where the 8 ladies are seated. Now, what are the 2 parameters that I need to work with? One is the name of the startup, and the other parameter is the designation. So what we'll do is, for each of these role values, we'll put the startup designation, startup name, and designation together. हमेशा क्या करना चाहिए? First thing, what do you do in any set? Look for direct clues. Direct clues क्या दिया है? One of the direct clues is fourth from the left. Which is left side? This. Which is right side? This. Fourth from the left, the person is the vice president at Ting. So basically, this person here, which is fourth from the left, this person works for Ting, and this person by designation is a vice president. So what we do is we mark this person as VP and we mark the name of the startup as Ting. And this is a very important clue in the set. Why? If you remember, it was mentioned that once you get a starting point, it was mentioned that no two adjacent people are from the same startup or from the same designation. Which means if fourth from the left, Ting is from VP, then automatically the two adjacent people are both going to be of director designation. Because remember, they cannot be a VP designation. No two adjacent people are from the same designation. The moment you put D here and here, automatically adjacent to D, you must be having a VP. Because again, director and VP have to alternate because no two people adjacently can be of the same designation. That automatically means the person at the leftmost end must be a director. What about this person? This person will also be a director, but this is next to VP, which automatically means the person at the rightmost end is a vice president. So as you can see, starting from the left, all the odd numbered positions, that is 1, 3, 5, and 7, they are having directors. All the even numbered positions, 2, 4, 6, and 8 are having VP. Why is this done? So that no two adjacently seated ladies are from the same startup or the same designation. So the first thing you do right now is pause. क्यों? क्योंकि एक क्वेश्चन था which was designation of the two people at the left and the rightmost ends. So who's at the leftmost end? Leftmost end, you have a director. Rightmost end, you have a VP. Hence the answer is option A, that is left end is director, right end is VP. So that is how you'll be able to do the third question in the set. The next part is a relatively more challenging part. What is that? Identifying who belongs to which startup. Unlike the designation, here there are three options. So for example, if this is Ting, I cannot say for certainty whether the person at position 5 is Louvre or Skolv. Yes, that person cannot be Ting क्योंकि adjacent में same company नहीं हो सकता. But Louvre होगा या Skolv होगा is something that we need to solve and find out. What else is given? Neither of the two ladies at the ends are at Ting, which means position 8 is not Ting, position 1 is not Ting. What else do we know? Since position 4 is Ting, so definitely position 3 is not Ting, and also position 5 is not Ting because they are adjacent to position 4, which has a person from Ting. So now the challenge is identifying where do the people, how many people are there from Ting, and where do the people from Ting belong to. What is mentioned? The second lady from the left works at the same startup as the third lady from the right, which means the lady at position 6, that is third from the right, is going to be the same as the lady second from the left. So this is one particular clue that we have. What is the other clue that we have? The number of ladies working at Ting is same as the number of ladies working at Louvre. And also we know if there is Ting anywhere, Ting has to be either in positions 2 or 6 or 7. Of course, Ting cannot be at both 6 and 7. Ting can be in any one out of 6 and 7. Is there any other clue left in the set? There is mention that the only lady working as the VP at Ting, which means there is only one person who's working at Ting and is of a VP designation, which means at position 2, you have a placeholder for VP, but that place cannot be taken up by Ting. Similarly, what else can we say? What else can we say? Position 7. Position 7 is director, so that is fine. Position 6 also cannot be Ting, because remember, Ting and VP, there is only one such person. There is only one lady working as a VP at Ting. Hence, the only place where we can have Ting is position 7. So what we do is we mark Ting at position 7. Remember that you cannot have another vice president at Ting. So neither position 2 nor position 6 can be given to Ting. So what we've done effectively is you identified that out of the 8, there are 2 ladies working at Ting, which means there must be 2 ladies working at Louvre, which automatically means the remaining 4 ladies are working at Skolv. So the breakup of the 8 ladies are 2 at Ting, 2 at Louvre, and the remaining 4 ladies at Skolv. Now the question is, where do we put the 2 ladies at Louvre? Where do we put the 4 ladies at Skolv? The most important thing is putting the 4 ladies at Skolv. The moment you have to put 4 ladies at Skolv, and you know that post position 4 and 7 are not available. So the only way it is possible to put 4 people who are non-adjacent is if you put position 8 as skull. Because remember, what you need to do is, out of every adjacent pair of 2 people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out of every adjacent pair, you can pick up only one person. Which means, out of 1 and 2, एक सॉल्व होना चाहिए. Out of 3 and 4, एक सॉल्व होना चाहिए. Out of 5 and 6, एक सॉल्व होना चाहिए. Out of 7 and 8, एक सॉल्व होना चाहिए. So the moment you have 7 as thing, it automatically means 8 has to be solved. Similarly, out of 3 and 4, 4 is thing. That means 3 is solved. Because that is the only way I can get somebody out of the 3 and 4 to be from solved. Remember, I need a total of 4 people, which means 1 from 1 and 2, 1 from 3 and 4, 1 from 5 and 6, and 1 from 7 and 8. What is the next thing we do? The next thing we look at is the person at position 2 and 6. Remember, 2 and 6 have to be from the same startup. We already know it is not Ting, and we now know it is not Skolv as well. Because Skolv is adjacent to 2. So the only person who can fit in here are the people from Louvre. So both 2 and 6 are going to the people from the startup called. The moment you do that, automatically out of 1 and 2, since 2 is Louvre, 1 must be Skolv. What about 5 and 6? 6 is Louvre, so 5 is Skolv. So as you can see, I have my 4 people at Skolv at positions 1, 3, 5 and 8. Which means 1 from 1 and 2, 1 from 3 and 4, 1 from 5 and 6, and 1 from 7 and 8. So that is how I'm done with my entire arrangement of the 8 ladies in the 8 different startups and of different designations. So as you can see, I've ensured that I'm getting the breakup and all the conditions are being met. So now if you simply look at the questions, who is to the left of the director at Ting? Where is the director of Ting? Director at Ting is here. Left would be this direction. You have the VP at Louvre. So left of director at Ting is the VP at Louvre, which means the answer is option A, Louvre. The next one, if a director is selected at random. So what is the total number of directors? 4. There are a total of 4 directors, position 1, 3, 5 and 7. Now what are the questions saying? What is the probability that she works at Skolv? So out of the 4 directors, there are 3 directors, 1, 3 and 5. These are the 3 directors who work at Skolv. There's only 1 director who works at Ting. Which means out of the 4 directors, 3 of them are favorable cases because 3 out of the 4 work at Skolv. Hence the answer is 3 by 4, which translates to a probability or likelihood of 75%. Hence the answer is option C, 75%. Third one we already done. Designation of 2 people at the left and right end. So left end, we have a director. Right end, we have a VP. In fact, all the odd positions, we have directors. 1, 3, 5, 7, all the odd positions, we have directors. Even positions, we have VPs. So starting at the end, left end is director, right end is VP. Hence the answer is indeed option A. The final question is saying, which startup has the highest number of ladies working? We already know the breakup. 2 is Ting, 2 is Louvre, and there are 4 in Skolv. So the startup with the highest number of ladies is indeed option B, that is Skolv. So positions 1, 3, 5 and 8, all of the 4 positions are taken up by the lady from Skolv. Hence the answer is option B. So with that, we've come to the end of this set. So as you can see, in such cases, you've got to look at a structured approach in which you can assign ladies to a startup as well as at the same time do the designation part. The key thing was using the designation clue first because that is where there are less options. There are only 2 options, which means the moment you put in this adjacency clue, you can identify each and every person's designation. So as we come to the end of this set, an important announcement. So what I've done is I've created what is called a full syllabus DILR compilation for each and every one of you, starting with the DI crash course, the LR crash course, the score booster workshops, and the games and tournaments course. All you need to do is copy paste these URLs and start binge watching. You can use this access code here to access these videos that have a complete compilation of all the modules of DILR brought to you by me at DILR 100%. Similarly, I've created a Quants compilation comprising of arithmetic, algebra, geometry, numbers, and modern maths. Again, all the modules get covered. These are some of the upcoming batches that are there. This is the Unacademy subscription where you can avail the Plus subscription. This is the iconic subscription options that exist. This is the offer alert where somebody can get extra months while subscribing. And this is the All India mock test. This is a free initiative that has been done on the Unacademy platform. All you need to do is use the code PERCENTILERLIVE to basically access these mock tests. So the first mock test was on 17th October. The next one is 24th October. So every Sunday we have this free mock test that is. Also, we have introduced the Ask a Doubt feature in Unacademy where you can take an image of any question and you can clarify that immediately on the Unacademy app. Regarding topics for upcoming videos, so I will request all of you to come up with more and more suggestions for topics for upcoming videos. As you know, there's a new video coming up daily. So please suggest us in the comment section what are the next topics for which you want a video. And also do not forget to like, share, and comment these videos. And join us on Telegram for any queries or any suggestions that you want to put us regarding these videos. Telegram group link is t.me/percentilerlive. You can add yourself to this Telegram. So we'll again be connecting with the next video, but till then, make sure that you're reaching out to us via the Telegram group. On that note, thank you everybody and happy learning.